We're even pulling surveillance video from an apartment complex, and they have to keep this by law for several days, okay? And we're not seeing you over there. We're not seeing you there at all that day. Do you think that we're stupid and we're not going to do all this stuff? Right now, Kaylee may not be in very good shape. You understand what I'm saying? She may not be the way we or the way your family last remembers her. We need to find out from you where Kaylee is. This right now is this is going so far downhill, and this has become such a mess that we need to end it. It's very simple. We just need to end it.
I agree with you. I have no clue where she is.
Sure you do.
If I knew in any sense where she was, this wouldn't have happened at all.
I'm Jane Velez-Mitchell in for Nancy Grace. The case of missing toddler Caylee Anthony appears to be speeding toward a dramatic crescendo. Will a grand jury convene on Tuesday and indict the missing tot's mother on murder or manslaughter? Meantime, Casey Anthony's lawyers rack up a string of very impressive wins in court just hours ago as prosecutors fume, and all the while the search for Caylee is kicking into high gear. That search is headed by Tim Miller, the head of EquiSearch. Tim, I understand you had a meeting today involving the Anthony family. Tell us about it.
You know, Mark is just an incredible man, an incredible attorney. I would only hope that the Anthonys would take advantage of what he's got to offer. He's certainly, our meeting lasted over 3 hours.
What did you discuss, though?
We discussed the possibilities of what's going to happen in the future. We discussed where you know, how our hearts are broken for the Anthony family. I mean, they're going through something they never chose to go through. Mark's actually gotten with the Never Give Up Hope Foundation to help us fund a continued search. And you know what, Mark's just an incredible man and has a lot of compassion for the family.
I understand that, but was there any news? Was there any news that came out of it?
The news that came out of it was actually supposed to be meeting with the Anthony family and discuss future searches. You know, let them know that we're not the enemy, we're by their side, and you know, I understand there's a lot of emotions right now, and we hope maybe that meeting's going to happen tomorrow so we can meet with George and Cindy and let them know what it looks like the future's going to bring to them. And unfortunately, it doesn't look good, but again, this is not something that they chose, and my God, who would want to be in their shoes? And I think they've got a lot more support than they understand.
100%. We have nothing but compassion for the extended family. I mean, this is something that has to be a nightmare beyond comprehension. Tony from Georgia, you have a question.
Yes, Casey hasn't worked in almost 2 years since she worked at Universal. I was wondering if anyone knew where she had been spending her time and if that could give them any clues where to look.
Well, Natisha Lance, Nancy Grace producer, what can you tell us about what she was actually doing when she told her mother over and over again and others, hey, I'm going off to work at Universal, which was totally bogus?
Well, it seems that she was either spending time at her boyfriend's apartment, at Tony Lazzaro's apartment. Otherwise, she was off during the day, because Tony Lazzaro has actually said that during the day when he was in class, he didn't know where Casey was. He was under the impression that she was at work. So it remains to be seen exactly what she was doing during the daytime hours, but in the evening, she tended to be with her friends.
You know, I want to go back to Leonard Padilla, bounty hunter, who had said in the past that there was always a grain of truth in Casey Anthony's lies. She lied about working at Universal. She would go off in the morning and kind of disappear, and there's really no clear-cut explanation of exactly what she was doing. Is it possible that she had some kind of double life? And is that something that you think investigators are digging into or not?
Well, you know, earlier the gentleman with the police department from New Jersey said that the Orange County Sheriff's Office has done a great job. They have. There are some things that are going to come out at the grand jury that is just going to overwhelm people that have had any doubts. The child is dead. Orange County Sheriff's Office and the FBI are very aware of this. They've got the proof. And at the grand...
Wait, what proof? What proof? I mean, if we had the proof, we wouldn't be here right now.
Oh, yeah, because she's still presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt and to a moral certainty.
We wouldn't be having this conversation.
Well, we're having this conversation simply because somebody wishes to question the FBI's lab results, the death band on the hair, and the decomposition of a human being in the trunk of the car. Now, maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I believe in those things, and so far, nobody has come up that is reputable and said, Well, gee, here's the answer. Cindy says somebody had access to the trunk. Casey says, well, you know, Jesse might have put a body in there, you know.
Let me bring Lawrence Kobolinsky, the forensic scientist, in. He is the expert. Give us a thumbnail as we, very quickly, of all the evidence and what it points to in terms of a deceased body.
Well, the issue of the hair first, it is known, it's been published, that hair will develop a banding pattern after a person dies. The banding pattern represents hair sacs that to the naked eye, visibly, it looks like a banding pattern.
And they found that in the hair?
Well, this is what we're hearing. We haven't seen any official reports, but if that is true, then that is one indicator that we're talking about somebody who is deceased. There may be other explanations. I just don't know enough about the
all right,
the
and I
findings.
have to leave it there, Kobe, but of course you have the air samples that showed signs of decomposition. You had the chloroform. You had the cadaver dogs hitting on the trunk. A lot of evidence. We'll see where it leads. But first, CNN Heroes.